Brittany. So, I'm not sure why it was said like that. I'm sorry. Uh, so anyway, um, today I'm gonna be doing a dream video, and today I'll be telling you this dream that I had recently, and it was just quite interesting and something I didn't thought I would have this kind of dream, but I did. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm actually wearing yellow eyeshadow. I don't know if you can tell. I think you might be able to see it in the video. Let me know. Okay, so um and for those who are new here, welcome. This is a channel where I do movie content because I share my love and passion for movies, and I also share my passion for dreams as well because I get these very realistic, very vivid dreams where it just feels real, like everything that happens or anything that I do feels real. So yeah, welcome, and I hope that you'll enjoy these videos on movies and dreams. And of course, these dreams that I have, they're not just the regular, ordinary, very common dreams. They're very, in a way I would say unusual, but not in a bad way. They're very they're very different, and I get these dreams where it's pretty much about anything. I get dreams on maybe watching a movie, if I'm watching a particular scene from a movie, or if I'm watching like maybe a deleted scene or alternate scene, alternate ending, or if I'm somehow like in the movie and I've become like, I stay as me, but I become like a new character in the movie and I interact with the characters. Or sometimes I get dreams where I meet celebrities and I talk to them and it seems like I get along with them. Certain celebrities I do dream about, and I also dream about where I could go anywhere that I would love to go one day. So I get these very, very interesting, very fascinating dreams where anything, can happen. And that's what I love about it. So yes, I do get movie type of dreams, even TV show dreams, meeting celebrities, or even on a guest on a talk show type of dreams. Or sometimes I do get those, yeah, I would say from time to time. At times I do get those dreams where maybe I'm just dreaming about um, maybe something regular, maybe something that I'm usually doing, or let's say even if a whole lot's not going on, but even if just one thing is going on, then it's just that one thing. So yes, I get these dreams where you're gonna hear these different types of dreams that I will share. So this dream that I'm gonna share with you guys is that oh yeah, I also get dreams where I go to award ceremonies and movie theaters because to me, movie theaters are like a home to me. If they feel like a second home to me, only because how much I love movies and how I'm just very passionate about movies, like of everything that goes into movies, the performances, the music, the editing, the story, and just what everything brings it, like with everything together, just brings the story to life. So I just love everything about it. And So, so yeah, this dream I had. Um, I'm really trying to think here. I think I attended one of the award ceremonies. I think it probably was the Golden Globes. I think it was, I'm not sure. But I remember I'm seeing a lot of celebrities everywhere, and they're just walking, either this way or that way, and they're just pretty much, doing their own thing. They're, talking to each other. So, I can hear like talking in the background, but kind of like murmur in a way. So I think I think this was the part where I think this ceremony was over. So there are some that were going back home. There were some that were going to the party. Um, I think it's called the after party. After the ceremony. So yeah, it just looked fun. I was having a really good day, and I remember I was actually going backstage. Yeah, for some reason I remember thinking, okay, I want to go backstage, to of the Golden Globes, and so I don't know. Somehow I just thought I want to go backstage because I want to see if I could meet someone that maybe I could talk to, and so all of a sudden backstage they had this long table where they have food and beverages, and I saw some people there, especially crew, like the crew that were working there and taking a break. But what happened was, I didn't know this, um, but I saw Chris Pine, at the table where he was at, where the food and beverages were at, and so I saw him and I thought, okay, I want to be able to say something to him. But it's funny though because instead of thinking like, okay, I know you're a little nervous, but just go up to him, just introduce yourself and everything. But I didn't do that. Like I didn't go up to him and say, hi, I'm Brittany. I'm Brittany Wright. Nice to meet you. Because I would have done that, but instead I somehow couldn't do that because I was feeling kind of nervous. So I didn't say that. So instead, I just said hi. And so he turns around, he looks at me. He said hi. And then I said this. So yeah, instead of introducing myself to him, I just said hi. He turns his head. He says hi back. And I told him, just recently I saw your new movie and it was free to watch on Tubi. And I said, oh, what was the name of the movie? And somehow I completely forgot the name of the movie that I had seen, that I told him that I watched. And then he mentioned it, and I think he said it was Swim. I think. I think that was the title, called Swim, I think. I'm not sure. But it had to do with an S. It was a word that, the word began with an S. So I'm not sure if it was swim or a different word with an S. I don't know. And so when he mentioned it, I was like, yeah, that one. Yeah, that's what I saw. It was good. I liked it. So somehow I couldn't just find my words on what to say, and I feel like I couldn't keep myself together because I was just nervous. And then, so after I told him that, I think he can saw, I think he just saw that I was nervous, so he just smiled a little bit, and he thought, like he still continued to look for, I think a snack or for a drink. And then this is what I told him as well. And this other thing I told him was that, I said, um, well, when I was 13, I had a crush on you, and to be honest, I still do, and I just said that. Right out, I just told him, I just blurted out, just saying to him that, that I had a crush on him since I was 13, and that I still do. And I'm laughing at this because I'm like, great. I could have at least been polite and introduced myself to him, but no, I was all nervous, and I was just like, oh yeah, I saw that movie, that new movie you did. It was free on Tubi, and he mentioned it. I'm like, yeah, that one. And I'm like, and another thing I told him, which I completely blurted out, and I didn't, because I could have, I think if I had told him the other thing, I could have told him at least in a very different way. I could have at least approached it differently, where I think then I could have at least maybe said it differently. Like I said, if I had approached it differently, if I could have been like let's say if I was talking to him, and if we were having a conversation, and let's say at some point if I wanted to bring that up, then I could have mentioned it in a very different way. But no, I just completely blurred out that I said that I had a crush on him when I was 13, and that I still do. But even the way I said it, I didn't said it like I was keeping myself together, like calm and everything. I was not. I was nervous, and it just came right out. And so, because even after I said that, he seemed to be flattered by that, because he smiled, and he chuckled a little bit, and then he asked me this, which I didn't know he was gonna ask me this. Um, but he actually asked me like, "Do you wanna go get some coffee?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like, yeah, that'd be great. I love coffee, and and so we then we went to this coffee machine um, that was there. And then so I remember he even asked me this too. He asked me like, so, have you ever put sugar in the coffee first before you pour the coffee? And I'm like, no, I never done it that way before. And I think he mentioned that how how he does that, how he pours. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm a little tongue tied. My words are not coming out right today, and that's because need caffeine. And yet, I'm like, in this dream, I'm having coffee, but I'm gonna have coffee quite soon, so don't worry. I think next time, if I'm gonna do my videos, I'll probably have a cup of coffee with me, just so that way I won't get my words all mumbled up or mixed up or even get tongue tied. But even if I do, even just a little bit, I think that's okay. So anyway, he told me that he was doing that, how he would put um, some sugar into his cup first, and then he pours the coffee in, and then he adds the creamer later. Um, so he told me, yeah, I've been doing that. And I'm like, really? I never done that before. And he was like, well, you can, you can try and see if you like to do it that way. I'm like, okay. So I actually did that. I remember I poured some little bit sugar into the cup and pour coffee into it, and then I put a little bit creamer in it. And so yeah, either way, still turned out good. It's not like it tasted any different, but it still turned out really good. And so, and here's the thing, because as me and Chris Pine, as we were, as from what I can see, having coffee and having a nice conversation, although I can see we were talking and holding our cups of coffee, taking a sip, but the only thing is that I can't hear the conversation. But from what I can tell, that we were just having this really nice, interesting, um, really good conversation. I could see we were getting along well and just laughing. We were just having a good time, and I wish I could have hear what the conversation was, but who knows? I mean, if I do end up meeting him one day and having a conversation with him, I think then I would probably then would know what the conversation would be about, but I that's something I can't know about now, cuz that's what I believe too. I believe that whatever it is you can't hear in your dreams, especially if it's a conversation between you and that person, no matter who you're dreaming about, is because you're not supposed to know what you're talking about with them yet. But once that conversation does happen between you and that person, um, then you can know what it was. And and then it'll be the surprise of to have this really great conversation with that person, and then you'll get to know about it in real life. But in the dream, you can't know what it's about because it'll be a surprise. um, to have that to have that kind of conversation in real life, and that's what I believe. Still a little dry. But like I said, so since the conversation was muted, since I believe it was something I was not supposed, not was, but since it's something I'm not supposed to know what the conversation was about, and because that's something I would have to wait and see and find out for myself in real life, then okay, I'll wait till then. But yeah, from what I can see, how it just seemed like we were having a good time, having some coffee and everything. Um, yeah, I like that dream. That was a good dream, and honestly, I never had a dream quite like that before, but that's how the dream ended. So, yeah. But here's the thing, and I will say this because um, I never had a dream like that. I, n- I never had a dream like that where I'm dreaming about one of my celebrity crushes and I just go up to him and tell him, where I just completely blur out to him, of being so nervous that I tell him, oh yeah, by the way, I have a crush on you since I was 13. And I still do. Like, I never done that before. I never had a dream quite like that before to tell someone that in a dream. But I just will say this. I think that's very gutsy, very bold for me to do at the same time, considering the fact that when I did set it, I wasn't calm about it. I was just so nervous, and it was just came right out. So I'm like, you know, and it's not like when I did blur it out, I wasn't like, oh, should I have said that? I didn't thought that. I was just like, oh man, like, why did I sound so nervous? Like, I wish I could have been just calm, keep myself together and everything, but nope, I did it. So yeah, even in the dream, I thought I could have said it differently, but I didn't. But at the same time, I thought, you know what? Okay, that's fine. Don't be too hard on yourself because he heard you, and at least he seemed flattered by what you said. At least he smiled, and at least he asked you to have a cup of coffee with him. So at least that's good. So yeah, I wasn't too hard on myself since I was so nervous and everything. But yes, I will admit that part is true. That part is true that yes, he is one of my crushes. I also do have other celebrity crushes as well, but I think if I were to mention those, if I were to name any names at all, I don't think it would be now, but the way I said it almost sounded like a cat. Anyway, but I think if I were to mention anyone at the moment, I would not right now, but I think, and this is what I'm gonna do. What I'm thinking of doing is that when I do like a live stream, another live stream on my channel, I'm thinking doing one sometime in February. I would say at least maybe before Valentine's Day. So I'm gonna do this kind of you know, like I said, so what I'm thinking of doing by February, I'm not sure when, but there's gonna be a day where I'm gonna do this like sleepover Valentine's Day type of stream where, I think the only thing I probably wouldn't mind talking about then would be the celebrity crushes that I do have. But not only that, but we could still talk about other things as well, movies, dreams, and the paranormal. So yeah, and I think that would be a lot of fun. I do think so. So you only get to know that. And yeah, I do think in a dream, I think it does show that if I were to meet him in person, I do think I will tell him that. But I know I wouldn't really be that way, where I would just be so nervous and it just comes right out, or, like that. I know if I were to say it to him, because I wanted to let him know that, then I know I would approach it very differently, where I'm just calm and I just sound, where I just sound very sweet about it, so yeah, that's how I would do it. Um, yeah, so for now, you guys only know at least one current crush that I have, and that is Chris Pine. And yes, I do have other crushes as well. And as and I'm thinking, as much as you would like to know who those are, I'm not gonna reveal it to you anytime soon. At least not now. But when I do that stream in February of a sleepover Valentine's Day type of stream, where we will be talking about celebrity crushes, then I'll mention names. Then I will. Also, but like I said, we will also be talking about movies, dreams, and the paranormal. And I just want to say, if you guys have any questions in the stream, let me know. If you leave a question in the comments of the live chat, I'll put up your comment or question on there, so that way everyone can see it, and that way I could also answer your question. And if you have a comment, I will be able to comment right back. So yeah, and that will be a lot of fun. So man, this was such an interesting dream. It's like I feel like there's just some dreams we have where we wake up and it's like, okay, why do you have to do that? Because now you're making me blush, And that's kind of felt like how I woke up, like okay. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this dream video, and this was quite interesting. So let me know what you thought of this dream. So for more movie content and dreams as well, subscribe and click on the bell and you'll be notified when I upload. That's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.